Welcome back. I can't believe it's almost been a month since the last devlog. YouTube is so gonna hate me for this. But you know what they say? When life gives you lemons, you go and enjoy your favorite Yuri manga. However, I have been a diligent garlic, so this time I can show off a ton of new features. Where do I start? I guess we begin with visual feedback to the game. For example, when you highlight a customer while having a servant selected, it now displays the stamina cost as a white segment on the bar. It might be a bit of an hacky approach, but I basically cheesed this feature by putting two different bars directly on top of each other, and then I update them separately through code. Not sure if there is a more effective approach, but it's definitely the easiest way to implement it, so whatever. Also, the customer portraits, just resizing when you can pair them with your selected servant, felt like it wasn't enough, so I added more visual feedback by also blacking them out. And that definitely improved the visibility of the pairing mechanic. Okay, so let's check out one of the bigger changes. I implemented a permission submenu to the character screen, which will be a core part of the character progression in the game. Basically, every level, new permissions get unlocked for each servant that you can then enable individually. So, for example, if you don't want your servant to drink while on a shift with a customer, you can give or revoke that permission. This system basically serves as a, chastity protection system for your potential waifu. But it also doubles as a potential shortcut to implement a safe for work game mode toggle later on. With that, all I have to do to make the game more streamer friendly is to just disable all the not safe for work permissions. Oh yeah, because this is a devlog, I might as well talk about my struggles here. Working with themes is so annoying in Godot. The drop-down menus kinda force the stupid themes onto you, and I managed to make it look kinda okay, but I'm not gonna lie, it took me hours to figure this out. Okay, moving on. The next big update kinda latches onto the permission thing, because I implemented the basic customer interactions for the service minigame. So, when a service starts, you first get an exposition screen that tells you what kind of service it is. And currently, I implemented the hot spring, bath, a massage parlor thingy, and, a private room, because I'm not say-so-garlic just yet. Okay, so in the exposition screen, based on the number of matching traits, you get some flavor text and immediate bonuses for the event applied to both sides. In case you have 3 matching traits, which will be a pretty rare occurrence, you basically get showered with bonuses if you get that. So after that, we have the service rounds, and the first change here is that I replaced the term skill with charm, which felt more RPG-ish to me. So, in essence, the charm versus expectation calculation is basically unchanged from my previous builds, but I balanced the numbers a bit. Okay, so this one is new. Every round, there is a chance for the customer to request a special service, and depending on the permissions given to the servant, she will now perform like a D&D style skill check to calculate the results. And sometimes she will fail the check and refuse the request, and sometimes she will do it. So, for example, if a permission is unlocked at rank D, the base chance is 40%, and you get like another 30% on top of it for every extra rank beyond that. So at rank B, you basically guarantee a success, and it can even go higher than 100%. Because for a critical success, you need to surpass the random roll by at least 50%, which means that you need like an extra service rank on top of it to basically guarantee a critical success. But because single skill checks are boring, I made it with like multiple stages So after the first request has been a success, there is a chance for the customer to basically ask for another request that is a follow-up of the first. Sometimes they are asking for higher permissions or higher difficulty in the follow-up. And if you succeed, you add more bonuses, etc. And to make it less frustrating with the RNG, I also skewed the chances a bit, so that when you have the first request, it's more likely to get the second as well. Also, for those of you who get weird around Excel sheets, there is also this small info icon here that you can hover for a tooltip that displays the raw numbers. Okay, so after the last round ends, there is this summary screen and the interaction is finished. Depending on the enjoyment value of the customer, the game then determines the rewards, and you get a small renown penalty if you underperform, and extra rewards and extra renown if you overperform. Oh yeah, the customer special traits now also work. You see the red market traits here? Those change the stats of customers a little bit to make it a bit more interesting and have more variation in customers. So after getting some feedback in Discord, I decided to also add a skip toggle to the customer interactions, just in case you don't care about nice words and flavor text and want to jump straight to the end of a customer interaction with just one click. And the skip is actually per character, so you can decide freely which characters you want to watch or not watch, and the game will remember that. Oh yeah, the day summary screen now properly displays your, well, day summary. Nice. Okay, so with the core customer service gameplay loop working, let's check out the room manager upgrades. Admission and service fee now actually change the number of customers arriving, and the admission fee is paid by every customer visiting your spring, while the service fee is added only to those customers that you match with your servants. I had to do some really sexy maths to figure out the right formula. Essentially, it's an optimization problem. It depends on factors like how many customers can you actually serve with your stamina pool, do you want to push for higher renown levels, or do you care about gold, etc. And this is why you should pay attention in math class, because, you know, you'll never know when you need your knowledge to create a waifu NTR simulator. If you're up for experimenting, you can do some wacky stuff like dropping the admission fee entirely and making gold only through direct customer service. Alright, here comes the thing that gave me the most headache this time. A settings menu with a window resolution option. Not gonna lie, this was a pain to implement. Anchors in Godot are just stupid. You see, you can set them as relative screen positions with static offsets, but God beware, you want to have a relative screen position and then adjust the positions dynamically afterwards, because turns out that relative screen positions in Godot are basically just converted to absolute screen positions anyway, and aren't truly independent of each other. So the bottom line is, I ended up implementing the different UI scales through animation players, and I tried to work with the built-in rescaling solutions in the project settings, but they all looked awful and pixelated, so this was the only option for me. And yeah, we support multiple resolutions now, and even windowed and full screen modes. Yay! Last but not least, I added some visual feedback on when you unlock a new thing on your character. Let's go to the char menu real quick. So you can see 2 more markers here to highlight that there are new things to learn. So they disappear as soon as you open the menus in question. And that's it for now. At this point, the game is reaching a feature-complete state of the first alpha build, which is why I uploaded a demo on my Discord server. And if you want to be an early adopter and help me with balancing, feel free to hop onto my server. So what's missing until the first actual alpha build? Well, learnable character traits are still placeholders, but I'm already building a Google Sheet with ideas for them. And those are definitely next in line to be added. And then I want to write the introduction story for the first alpha and we are also still missing the not safe for work permissions. And last, obviously, we're missing tons of art. And I'm in contact with an artist for the backgrounds, fingers crossed. And for the character art, the art will be handmade by yours truly, Loot Garlic. No AI, all sweet manual labor. Okay, we're done here. So see you again in the next video. Doodles.